cart. You can guess what kind of video we'll be doing today. March TBR, my first TBR video, my first video ever on YouTube. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be here, guys. I'm definitely nervous. So if I sound weird, that's why. I have my little Simply Pop prebiotic soda because gut health. And this is the strawberry flavor, but it's yellow. Can someone explain that to me? I guess let's just jump in. I don't know how to do an intro. My name's Julia. Hi, everybody. This feels so weird. Like, I feel like nobody talks about how weird this feels to film, like, your first video ever. I will be thinking about my posture and what you can and can't see, but you know what? I'm just gonna push past it. And if I have to unbutton my pants, I'll try and hide it from you guys. Okay, so TBR video. Here's my TBR fishbowl. I have 2 different colors of paper in here. One color is for physical books and one color is for audiobooks because on this channel, The Realistic Reader, we're trying to be not trying to be realistic. We are realistic because I don't read that much. Like I do comparatively probably to other people, but I'm not going to sit here and pick 10 books for a month because I can't. I physically cannot. That's the goal. Ultimately, if I can get there, that would be amazing. I hope that this kind of realistic expectations can resonate with some people. So that's kind of the gist of my channel. But I feel like I'm just rambling. Maybe I just need to start. Green is audiobook, pink is physical books. We're going to set the goal of 2 physical books depending on the length. We're going to go 3 audiobooks. I probably could do 4 because I zoom through those. Okay, so a pink. Some are sticky. Why did I use sticky notes? See, this has a letter stuck to it. Maybe it's a letter prompt. Here's the prompt. I can kind of read it. Nature vibes. Ooh, okay. Wait. I know exactly what this is going to be. I wrote this for a particular book, but let's look at our options. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. This is the one I wrote it for. One Dark Window. Wait, why did I think there were trees on it? 2 Twisted Crowns has trees. It's not really nature vibes. Darn, I totally wrote this to start this duology, but that's fine. There's a hare. Oh, wait, maybe I wrote it for this one. The Secret Garden. I've been wanting to read this for actually not the longest time. I do really want to read this because I love this movie. That's super nature vibes. That's Not My Name has trees and like a little cottage in the woods. Little cute little cottage. Little cute little mysterious scary cottage. Okay, like a lot of these just have trees on them, so I'm over the trees. I'm over them. I'm gonna bring out all my Jane Austen collection is all floral. That's a possibility. We're just gonna go with Emma as one of our 3 options at this point. Okay, we have 3 possibilities for Nature Vibes book. The first is Emma by Jane Austen, of course. Emma Woodhouse is wealthy, beautiful, and charming, but she is thoroughly devoted to the task of caring for her widowed father and has no desire to marry. However, her personal decision to remain unattached does not affect her insatiable desire to play matchmaker and meddle in other people's romantic lives. Set in the fictional village of Highbury, this novel is a comedy of errors and manners, filled with intriguing characters and hilarious misunderstandings that have been delighting readers for centuries. We could also go the thriller route. That's Not My Name by Megan Lally is a thriller. Honestly, I'm just gonna say no to this one because I'm not in a thriller mood. I am very glad that I picked Nature Vibes because both these books are giving spring. Second possibility today is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I have seen this movie, so I kind of know what this story is about. But if you have never heard about The Secret Garden, allow me to brief you with the summary. Mary Lennox grows up in India until tragedy sends her to live with her mysterious uncle in the English countryside. At first, Mary longs for her old home and is determined to remain unfriendly and unhappy. But after discovering a secret garden hidden behind a wall of vines, Mary begins to blossom alongside the flowers she tends. I feel like I have two really good options here with Emma and The Secret Garden. I feel like I've been really wanting to read The Secret Garden. Emma, that just sounds so intriguing, and I've been wanting to watch this movie. We're going to go with Secret Garden. It's shorter, leaves room for another physical book. This is definitely giving nature vibes, and I think it's giving more nature vibes, obviously with the title and the premise, than Emma is. Wait, how am I supposed to get this back in? Does anyone know? Okay, we have our first TBR pick for March, and it is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. We are picking another pink prompt as we want another physical book. Okay, got one. Not gonna look. What does that say? 300 plus pages. Of course I pick this when I'm trying to read realistically, but I feel like 300 is not that bad. Actually, why did I even write this prompt? Because I feel like every book is at least 300 pages. It would have been harder to pick less than 300 pages, but let's see what I have. There's literally so many. We're going to try to go actually for what is the closest to 300 pages. I've been wanting to read The Count of Monte Cristo, guys. There's no way that's 300 pages. Let's check. This edition is 500 pages. So technically, if I wanted to, I could do this because it's at 300 plus pages, but I changed it slightly to be exactly 300 or as close to exactly as possible. What about One Dark Window? How many pages is that? This one is 392 pages. What about First Time Caller? I've never read that. Dang it, 430 something. Maybe Daisy Jones and the Six, because that looks like it could be a shorter one. This one is 351 pages. I feel like that's the closest we've gotten so far. Oh, okay, what about this one? This might be the one, guys. This is 304 pages. My other choice was Daisy Jones and the Six, but this is like 350. Despite me saying I didn't want to do a thriller in March, based on the prompt, 300 plus pages, and my mental edit of the closest to 300 we could get, we have We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kluwer. And so this story is about a couple who buys a house, and then one day people knock on their door and they claim to be the previous owners of the house. She lets them in. That was her first mistake. I don't even know what's going to happen, and I know that was her first mistake. Okay, this is my second physical book for March 2026. I had to move my mic to my shirt because I need two hands, because I have recruited my laptop to be looking at all my audiobooks I have saved on Hoopla. Also, my background, I had to take it off because that was screen mirrored from my laptop. So sorry, the aesthetic is a little bit not as good now. We are going to choose our 3 audiobooks for March. These are the green prompts. Okay, that's a green prompt. Oh, I knew it. Orange cover. I'm just scrolling through my Hoopla saved audiobooks on here. I have The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. That could be cool. The Details by Aya Genberg. That's orange and pink, but that's pretty orange. It did say orange cover, not orange on the cover. So both of these so far have had orange in the cover, but they haven't been an orange cover. This is orange. It's 2 shades of orange as well. It's called The Man Who Planted Trees by Jean Giono. Yeah, it's definitely short, but that is orange. That's definitely the top pick thus far. Okay, this is pretty orange. The Art of Frugal Hedonism by Annie Razor Rowland. That's pretty orange. Okay, so this one is a lifestyle kind of self-help type book, so it is nonfiction, helping you target the most important habits of mind and action for living frugally but hedonistically. I'm intrigued. I'm definitely interested in this. Okay, this one's called The Perfect World of Miwako Sumida by Clarissa Gunawan. Pretty orange, but also pretty pink. The Hidden Life of Trees, What They Feel, How They Communicate by Peter Walben. Okay, guys, so look at all these orange covers. I have so many options. All right, I'm gonna go with The Art of Frugal Hedonism by Annie Razor Rowland. Okay, let's pick our next audiobook, our next green prompt. Is this green or pink? Oh, this one's green. Wait, they're so sticky. Pick this one. Letter bead title. Letter beads are at the bottom, and when I pick this letter bead prompt, I get to pick a letter bead, which is here. For this one, I need to pick a title that starts with the letter that I pick. Okay, letter bead title. I really hope I don't get X. Close enough? Okay, we picked a W. It's so tiny. W. And this is going to be hard because W is not, I already found a W one. Wandering Souls by Cecile Penn. This one is about 3 Vietnamese siblings who seek refuge in the UK, expanding into a luminous meditation on ancestry and love. Okay, we got Watership Down by Richard Adams. A stirring epic of courage and survival against the odds, an exciting adventure story, and an involving allegory about freedom, ethics, and human nature. Let's just see if there's one more that's a W we can look at. Wormwood Abbey by Christina Bear. Let's see what this one's about. Wormwood Abbey is a fantasy. It is adult fiction. I thought it was going to be more YA. As a Victorian clergyman's daughter, Edith Worms has seen everything until a mythical salamander tumbles out of the fireplace into her lap. When a letter arrives from estranged relatives, Edith is swept away to a crumbling Gothic abbey in the wilds of Yorkshire. Wormwood Abbey isn't just full of curious beasts and ancient family secrets. There's also a tall, dark, and entirely too handsome neighbor who is strangely reluctant for her to leave. An unexpected bond with her prickly cousin Gwendolyn gives Edith a reason to stay in the strange world, especially when it turns out that Edith herself may have a role in guarding her family's legacy. Sounds like we might have a little romance and lots of fantasy, which I love. So let's look back at our choices here. Okay, so we have Wandering Souls by Cecile Penn, about a Vietnamese family that seeks refuge in the UK. Watership Down by Richard Adams, which is an allegorical story basically about defying all odds. And then we have Wormwood Abbey by Christina Bear, which is about a clergyman's daughter, Edith, who goes to live at Wormwood Abbey and then possibly meets a handsome young fellow and has a magical salamander as a friend. I think the answer is very obvious here, and I think we're going to go with Wormwood Abbey by Christina Bear. Very springy. I want to keep the spring vibes going. Let's pick our third and final audiobook for the month of March. I believe Hoopla only allows you to listen to two audiobooks a month. So we're going to be looking through the audiobooks that I have on my Kindle and see if any of those fit this final prompt. And if not, I don't know what I'm going to do. So we're just going to see. Green. Oh, got a lot of green here. Ooh, continuous series. Let's just see if there's any series ones on my Kindle. I don't think so, but let's just see. I don't think we have any audiobooks on my Kindle that are, these are Audible audiobooks on my Kindle. I do have Palace. We could look up and see if there's any on Palace. So let's think about it. Let's actually do that. Palace is another library audiobook website. All right, so Palace Project won't let me log in on my laptop. So I'm gonna have to pause the recording and go and see what next book in a series might be on Palace for me. Okay, so the prompt was continue series. I have one that I am first in line for, and that is The Fellowship of the Ring, The Lord of the Rings, the first one, because I did read The Hobbit. So I'm gonna consider that a series. I've been wanting to continue the Ravenhood series, but they didn't have the audiobook on Palace Project. So my third audiobook choice is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. I want to obviously dive into that world. I've never watched the movies. I tried to watch the first one and I fell asleep, but not because it was boring. I genuinely was very tired, okay? So just to recap, we are going to be reading, I keep saying we. Who's we? I am going to be reading The Secret Garden, We Used to Live Here, and then I have 3 audiobooks that I'm going to be reading. The first one is The Art of Frugal Hedonism, the second is Wormwood Abbey, and the third is The Fellowship of the Ring. I think this will be fairly easy for me to do. I think the 2 physical copies tend to be the hardest for me, particularly because both of these are physical books as opposed to being on the Kindle. I can't kind of lug them around as much as I lug around my Kindle, but we're going to try our best. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and come back again. Come back. Come here. It's time. It's time to stop. I could just yap for hours, so this might be my calling. Bye, everybody.